Alright everybody, welcome back to Speed Docs here. My name is Steve, some of you know me as Tempest Mask 1000, as we are making our way onto the final run of Day 2. I'd like to remind you all that we here are raising money for our good pal Sable Dragonrook, who's had to go through a bit of a roof disaster, and we are doing what we can to support her and her lizard friendos. And so we are very, very, very close to meeting a extra little stretch goal that will further help set assistance for new baby Bumbleberry, who will need a little bit of tummy surgery in order to live happily and healthy. And as such, we are only $50 away from hitting that. So y'all, I definitely believe that we can make that happen. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. There is no reason that I can see us not hitting that. And I say that in the least, pressuring way possible, but with the most excitement at that. Y'all better believe that we are looking absolutely fine and dandy. And I'm telling y'all, you have done a great job thus far. So let's keep it up, y'all. And with that, I would like to let y'all know that, unfortunately, my time here in the hosting seat for the entire event has come to a close. But I especially want to give a super duper special thanks to Speed Docs for letting me in on volunteering for this nice little impromptu event. Sable is, I just want to say, an absolutely wonderful speedrunner to watch, whether it be for the games that she does, or just the wonderful vibes that she and Mort bring all the time. And I couldn't be any happier to do what I can to lend a hand in that effort. So, Sable, here's to ya. Much positive vibes, friendo. And with that, it feels good to be reading some donations for the first time in a long while. Hopefully, it won't be the last for a while. But for now, y'all will be seeing me, supporting you on, cheering you on, whether in the chat or in spirit. So for now, as we make our way into the secret game, Secret Percent, by our pal CJ, I'm going to be passing it on over to Dayman, who will be rounding things out for the rest of the night. Thank you all so much. Stay cool, stay fresh, be kind to one another. This is your boy Tempest saying ciao, Michi.
All right, thank you very much, Tempest. Really appreciate your hard work out here today. And welcome, everybody, to the kind of the final segment of the evening. When coming up next, it's CJ. CJ has his mystery game for you. I don't think you need to quite know any more details than that yet, but I'll be around for that one. Look forward to catching any of your additional contributions that might be coming in for the remainder of the evening, and we're looking forward to seeing you. Hang tight. We'll be around in just a minute.
Thank you for calling the offices of Dayman. Please listen closely as our menu options have recently changed. For a directory of services, press 0 or choose from one of the following menu options. For Third Strike, press 1. For Street Fighter 6, press 2. For Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, press 3. For Super Mario RPG randomizers, please press 4. For Extreme G or XGRA content, please press 5. For all other options, please press 0 or stay on the line and someone from our staff will be with you shortly. Interested in more Dayman content? You can check out his stream at twitch.tv/Dayman or twitch.tv/DaymanAAA.
And welcome back, everyone, to Speed Dogs Presents Speed Dogs. My name is Dayman, and I'm going to be your host for this next run here. It's the mystery run, and it's with CJ, and it's Harvest Moon?
Yep, exactly. Hello, everyone. It's CJ. It's all good. I hope you've all been having a great, Speed Dogs. Obviously, there's a little dog. Yeah, Harvest Moon 64. Yep. We're gonna use some new strategies. We're gonna use Ace. We're gonna do some arbitrary code execution in the Switch 2 virtual. I'm just screwing with y'all. No, that was never the case. We're going to do Mario Kart 64. Damon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's a warm one today, as it is a lot of places. I've been talking to people around the country and even elsewhere, and it's been a toasty one. But I'm thrilled to be sitting in my comfortable air condition to watch some Mario Kart 64 and hang out with the rest of you all and chat and the Speed Dogs crew this fine evening.
Absolutely. We have a serious cast of characters here. My God, I can see so much better with my glasses on. Joining me for main commentary, who I'm actually going to talk about the game with, one half of KBBL 92.9 The Blend, Quo. How's it going, bud?
Hello, it is I. I'm just going to say, I was sort of like hoping that you gaslit everyone for a week that you were practicing Mario Kart 64 and you were actually going to do Harvest Moon. I thought that would have been hilarious, but here we are.
At the last minute, I thought, wouldn't it be really funny if I just did very hard mode in Wave Race, which I've also been practicing, but no, I didn't do that. Who else is here? Gaffy's here.
I am here. Surprise. I also didn't really know I was here, but I was kind of hoping for Harvest Moon because I've never played it, so I'd be a great commentator.
What?
That's very true. That's very true. Tickling the ivories behind the scene, we have Cece.
Hello.
The person who was tickling the ivories before behind the scenes and for most of today on day 2 is Grace. Well, Grace is at 2% for me, so I'm going to turn her up for y'all in case you didn't hear that ba sound. And promise
2% is normally allowed.
promise not to abuse it, Grace,
You
please.
okay? I didn't do anything. Oh, hang on. My mic is actually a little bit lower than it usually is.
Don't
too,
do a
so-
thing.
Oh no!
All
don't
right.
do it.
So, today we're going to be doing all cups with no skips.
Soup.
This is a drivey boy category. This is a little bit of a technical category. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. We have the option of playing as Peach, playing as Toad, and playing as Yoshi. Those are the 3 characters in the lightweight category. Toad will spin out at his own shadow, so we don't do that. So I prefer to use Yoshi, aka the horse, aka best doggo. And for obvious reasons, we are not going to play Peach in the best dog category. Yoshi feet, yes, smoky feet. Right, we're gonna play as Yoshi. To do all cups with no skips, the rules are pretty simple. We're going to get through all 16 of the original tracks on 150cc, which is the hardest difficulty and the fastest speed. And we are not going to use any non-developer intended shortcuts in the process. So we will talk a little bit about that and what this game is going to hold. Time is going to start when I hit A again. Okay. Is everybody ready?
Absolutely.
All right, Quo, can you give me a countdown?
Yeah, so 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and we're off.
All right, this one's just a flat oval, so I'm going to read some donations.
Good.
We've got $25 from Quo that says, I don't believe in CJ. So,
Wow,
That's
starting
a
off
good-
on a
that's a-
really low
Right
note.
off, huh?
yeah, Quo was right.
Nice.
All right, so, and then we also have $3 from Tempest Ness 1000 that says, everyone knows Mario School is frick, but who knows what he's thinking? Who knows why he crushes turtles? And why do we think of him fondly as we think of the mystical, non-existent Dr. Pepper, for chance? Anyway, let's hit that 1.5k speed docs. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate
Yes.
all of your generosity.
Whoa,
how's the
thank
flat
you
oval
for the
treatment?
25, and Tempest Mass, thank you for the 3.
I
I
gotta
do
say-
have one problem with that though. Dr. Pepper is from Waco, Texas, so cannot be a good guy.
Isn't that the
All right, no one
voice?
knows what that means.
All right, but
So I just
Quo,
want to
go
clear
ahead.
something up super quick. I am currently too broke to donate, so someone is impersonating me. I don't know who it is,
A likely
but now it's my
story.
Oh.
quest before the end of the marathon to find out who.
Okay.
So
Fun fact, I just hit myself with a shell, which brings up an important thing about shells. CPUs can get shells, but CPUs cannot use shells. So if you ever are playing Mario Kart 64 by yourself, as I often find myself playing, and you get hit by a shell, it was your own shell. It was always
Yeah.
your own shell. There are... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's worth noting, Quo, that you don't want credit for that message, but whoever said that is right. CJ wiped out, shot himself with a shell, and hit a banana all in the span of a lap.
Even if
That
it's a
is
red
true.
one, yes. So they
Oh my
can.
God.
CPUs cannot fire shells because it cannot handle the tracking. So
yeah, speaking of red shells in this game, the tracking is a bit funky, so maybe we'll see it sometime this run, but it basically wants to like beeline to the middle of the track and then go forward and hit the next person. But as it's going to the middle of the track, if you pass that red shell, you will hit yourself with it 100% of the time.
yes, all right, and I spun out. So we're off to a great start. One good thing about the lightweight characters is they have the fast boost ability. if you are at a dead stop and you triple tap A, which is the accelerate button, you will get a boost, which will get you up to full speed faster.
Yeah, so that's actually really weird. The lightweight characters, so Peach, Yoshi, Toad, and also Bowser for some reason.
Yes.
It's not weight dependent. It just happens to be those characters that are the lightweight.
Bowser's shell is empty. Is he full of air?
Ooh, I hadn't considered
He
that.
is full of air in some games, but I think
Maybe
not
he puts on
literally.
airs.
It's gotta be. Have
Yeah.
you seen SM64? How else would he be spinning him and throwing him like that?
Dude, Mario hits the gym.
If CPUs can't use shells, why bother using your items? I am trying to get items that might be more beneficial to me. So on this track, a ghost would be very beneficial because then I could ignore negative terrain. It makes you fully transparent and avoid the gophers. If I got a ghost at one of these points, I would be able to hug this top turn very tightly, which would let me go faster. You can also, in first place, get a mushroom. So,
Yes.
yes. That's Monty Mole. Listen.
Monty Mole is a gopher.
I will tell you.
but-
I will tell you what Julie often says to me. Gophers, I says.
They do say gophers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in this game you can actually pull first place mushrooms. I think this was the last game where that's possible. Someone might correct me on that, but very uncommon thing. And yeah, they removed it after the second game, which is this one, obviously. We haven't had first place mushrooms since.
Also,
On this,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to talk about the track.
Yep.
Great. So on this track, there you go, first place boo, another good item. So on this track, there's a very much developer-intended shortcut right there, which first of all is allowed in no skips because it's not technically a skip. Second of all, you can do without a mushroom. Not a lot of people know that if you haven't watched the game for a while.
Yeah, I actually find it more difficult to do it with the mushroom. You
Yeah.
also, because, and Damon, actually, this was a Damon insight. SNES, Super Mario Kart, all the tracks were, okay, someone put a banana there. Amazing.
Would have been a great time for the ghost.
It would have been a great time for the ghost.
It's all good. We're old. Our reaction time is failing.
That is true.
I feel that more and more every day.
But this track, this
Not able to
ground
suck.
is not flat. There is nothing flat about this surface. So going up to approach that ramp, you actually want to approach it a little bit to the left, because in the natural path of going up onto the ramp and into the tunnel, you will actually just naturally go to the right. So
There you go. Finessed.
yep.
Yes, the original Mario Kart was only flat tracks, and so in 64 you could tell that developers decided, hey, let's make nothing flat ever. And consequently, there is not an inch of flat terrain in Mario Kart 64, and
Yeah.
much to the detriment of the player most of the time.
Yes, it is
And then
not fun.
they went back on that for Game Boy Advance, which again only has flat tracks. So some of you might have missed the banana that CJ slipped on at the end and spun out, or some of you might have seen it and realized that there was no banana. So yeah, you can just spin out in this game because you spin out. There are a few different ways to spin out, but first of all, if you like shift left and right a lot, you'll spin out. There's a lot of things with like braking. If you're braking and accelerating, you'll spin out, and a bunch of other different mechanics that makes this game a bit more, I'd say, difficult to manage sometimes.
Yeah.
It's great fun. So if you ever see him spin out on nothing, the game intends you to do that if you're not driving well, I guess. to
Yeah.
their standards.
So one thing I'll say is the mechanism by which that you mini turbo is you take your stick and you move it to the middle and then move it back, and you do that twice. When you do it twice, your tires will screech orange. And when they screech orange, I'm gonna miss the train. I'm gonna have to wait for the train.
Oh, everyone just blew up.
Yep. When they screech orange, you're allowed to release it. You're able to release it and get a mini turbo, right? When you
Yes.
get that mini turbo, that is the fastest that you can go. It's a little bit of a speed boost. So, in the process of that movement, that wiggling of the stick, if you are not doing a mini turbo drift, will also just make you spin out. So you have to be very careful not to hit bananas when Mario throws them in front of you. That's important. But also not to waggle the stick too much. You have to really drive with precision. And it's actually more difficult on the newer consoles because there is less lag. I am playing this on the Switch 2. On the N64, this stage chugs, like chugga woo woo. That is the end of the first cup, the Mushroom Cup. We are allowed to just hit reset game. If this was the N64 version, we would have just reset the whole console. Now we're on to the second cup. Fuck this stage, by the way, in case anyone was curious.
Yeah, so a lot of haters for this stage. The traffic in this game is way more rough than like any other game that has traffic. So you saw him, blow up at the train. Pretty much every single car does that. So unless you blow him a star, you are fighting more than just the road in this track.
Probably Star and Ghost.
Yes, right. Yes.
Yeah, so if I get shells, I want to use them. I want to fire them behind me most of the time, so that I'm not, like, actively putting something in front of me. And I want to do that so that I have a shot at getting a mushroom or a ghost, because that will help me drive in a more straight line.
Speaking of straight lines,
Happy
there's
Pride
a
Month.
very funky. Happy there, yeah. Well, it's not straight lines. But speaking of straight lines, there's a really weird mechanic with your speed here. So the game sort of has this like magical thing going on where it is a 3D game, but there's a lot of 2D things going on. So the items, for example, those shells are actually 2D. There's just different sprites that are rotating around. All the characters are actually 2D, and they just have different animations for how much they're turning. It ends up looking really smooth, in my opinion, but sort of like a once you see it, you can't unsee it type thing. When you're facing forward, that's when you're going at your top speed. If you're ever curved like slightly left or right, you actually move a tiny bit slower. So there's a mechanic, I forget what it's called, it's like untilting or something like that, where you always want to be driving straight to go your max speed.
Yes.
I didn't know either of those things. They're 2D characters? That's crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
these are sprites.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
definitely
cool.
see it. We're not going to see it because CJ said you reset after the fourth track in a cup, but you definitely see it in the like award ceremony when they're like trying to turn. That's when you'll notice it.
We'll see it after the fourth one. We'll see the
There you go.
ceremony, yeah.
So 30 minutes from now, when you guys are all still
Only if we
enjoying
get
this run, enjoying this
$22 will we see the award ceremony, all right?
Oh,
there you go. watch the award ceremony.
Oh, yeah, $1,500. Save the lizard. Watch the award ceremony.
There you go.
There you go.
No repeat so far. Looking good.
Yeah. So when I was
Yes.
first practicing this, it was Mario Kart. Who could have seen this coming? Hey, listen, I have not played this one in a while, and they are difficult to switch back and forth between.
Yes. Especially this one.
Yeah. There are people out there that think you can just pick up Super Mario Kart and speedrun that game. No, you
Yeah,
fucking can't.
Any big streamers are thinking of that might think that?
Not my Goat Johannian, that's for sure.
I was thinking someone that starts with an L,
Ooh.
rhymes with Udwig.
Yes. No.
Okay. Anyways.
Yes.
Trash, yeah.
You cannot just pick up these the 2D Mario Kart games and be good at them. I did practice Super Circuit a lot. I did runs. I never submitted them because that game is balls hard.
Yes. Speaking of Super Circuit, though, if you guys are into GDQ, Johannian's running Super Circuit on Tuesday morning. Just
Hey.
throw that up there.
When is GDQ coming up?
2 weeks. It starts the 6th of July.
Nice. Gaffy, you're going to be there.
I will be there the second half. Yep,
You're going to miss Johannian's run.
I will. But I'll be
Big
there in
fan.
spirit.
Cool. You trying to go to AGDQ?
Nah.
Really?
Dang.
I was gonna
Already.
say, is it even
It's so
safe for
far
Poe to
away.
come?
There is a travel advisory to not go to the States right now
Yeah,
from my
no.
country.
Yeah, yours and every other one on the planet.
Yes.
Like, it's,
That's fair.
So
yeah.
that's a thing.
I-
Also, I have no money.
That's fair. Well, we're already here, so, you know, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well enjoy it while you're there, you know.
Hey, Quo, will you be there for SDAT?
I'm here for SDAT.
Hey.
I'll be submitting for SDAT,
Yay. I'm into it.
which, by the way, opens up, I think, at the end of this marathon.
It opens up
Hey.
actually tomorrow at the start of day 3. It opens up at noon.
Start of the marathon tomorrow.
Yeah. Fun fact. We have SBAD, the Awful Games block. A lot of people are excited about that. We also have,
Oxidon.
Speed Boxodon, Speed Brad. As people have been pointing out my typo.
I can't lie, that thread was so long that when I got home from work, I didn't read it.
I know.
Yeah.
Happens.
When it says like 150 plus, I was like, yeah, well, I missed this one.
Yep.
Catch the next one.
Yep.
It's fine. It's not really meant for y'all to read it. It's meant for me to say that I posted it. So that people can't say I didn't post it. You gotta submit Mega Man X7 for that block? I'm into it. Have we ever had a Mega Man game? I feel like we have. I feel like last
Yeah,
year we had our
Probably.
first one.
Did that banana go through the
Yes.
mountain?
Yeah.
It totally
Okay.
Yes.
did.
CPUs
Good.
can shoot bananas through terrain. Also,
They're literally cheating.
when the CPUs are behind you, they ignore terrain. They drive
Yes,
in a
they-
straight
yeah.
fucking line.
Yeah, they have like perfect handling. They just ignore everything. Meanwhile, you're struggling to play on Choco Mountain, which they keep on bringing this track back for some reason. I don't know why.
Are you a Choco Mountain hater?
I am in this
as
game.
You should be. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of areas where it's like too thin in this game. That makes it a bit rough. Maybe I'm just bad at the game. I didn't love it in 8 or World, but I'll accept it.
I did not love it in World, but 8 was okay.
I mean, it took me like 3 playthroughs to realize that it was this Choco Mountain.
I
That's it.
didn't. Dayman pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm ready to hop on the hate wagon." It's literally the same map. He said that he posted two pictures, and it is exactly the same map shape. And I was like,
And
The shape is the same, but the whole feel is completely different.
I mean, you start off by making a right turn, going through a tunnel, then climbing up a spiral to the left side while avoiding rocks, and then you go over some bumps. Like, it's the same track.
"Quote: I'm with you, but he was right." So I had to shut up.
So if you accept that as a same track like explanation, I feel like there's a lot of things that you could accept as being the same thing as something else.
Like
For example,
ketchup.
well, yeah, it's like ketchup is a sports drink, right? Has sugar, has fruits. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same drink.
I hate this.
Roll for sports drink.
Well, where am I wrong? It has fruit.
Does it
It
have
has.
electrolytes?
I have no idea.
Having the same exact shape is slightly more specific than having some of the same elements.
There are many things that have the same shape that are very different things.
Like what?
Like what?
That's
Yeah.
Like candlesticks and Not
A
candlesticks?
carton of milk and a carton of orange juice have the exact same shape, and they both contain liquids.
Don't you guys have milk in bags up there?
We do, but we also have cartons.
You know, the picture of Tater with a bag of milk is one of my prized possessions. That was real joy, and I feel like we don't get that enough in the world.
That's true. Alright, for the astute viewer, you might have noticed CJ just reset again. We're actually halfway through this run. I feel like it's going a lot faster than I
Whoa.
thought it would.
We're halfway, but we have the long half to go.
Right.
So this is the longest track in the game after Rainbow Road, and so, you know.
This track came back and rolled, and it does not have the same shape.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same feel either.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know. I like it as a course, but it's definitely not the same course, you know?
Yeah,
There's no repeating Wario patterns on the wall. And
that's
just
very
the
true.
vibe.
That's very, very true.
Also, I don't know
if
about
you can't
you.
hop the wall, it's not the same track.
Well, you
'Cause that was-
can in that game.
Because that was like the one shortcut that everybody knew back in the day.
Uh-huh.
It was like, because it was so free.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, just in case you were born 6 or so years ago, so after the finish line, which is coming up in a few turns, there's like 3 little bumps. You can just drive like straight left on one of the bumps into the wall and jump into the wall, and that skips half the lap because you just land on the other side.
Yeah.
So everyone knew that. And then there's a second one to actually go back. I think that one's like more recent.
That one's actually
Putting recent
difficult.
in quotation marks.
One-
Yeah, it's
that one's
it's
not
tougher.
free.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because you can do everything right. So, not to get super technical, because this is not a skips speedrun, but part of the way that the walls work is that, like, with a lot of these tricks, the wall is like trying to either pull you in or push you out. So for something like a weather tango on Choco Mountain, which is a very famous skip that lets you basically trick the geometry into thinking that you've gone to the other side of the mountain when you haven't left the finish line by ramming your cart straight at the wall. The way that that works is that you're able to get enough speed to do it, is that the wall that you line up behind pulls you into the wall, right? So when you do that trick where you jump over the wall, you like drive at the wall rejects you, and that gives you height and speed to keep driving into the wall, which is honestly probably a terrible explanation of how that works, but is a good enough explanation for speed dogs.
I wish I would gain height and speed every time I got rejected.
Hey.
Man, this track is long. Also, it definitely took me like 20 years to realize that this track is actually outside. It's just
Oh
nighttime.
yeah, because of the stars and all that.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
never realized it was outside.
You
Yeah.
did not really?
Yeah, until right now.
It's
Yeah.
I've
you
never
think
looked
it's
up
like
before.
you think it's like in a dome. Right?
Yeah.
In the,
Yeah, yes.
Because I think in Double Dash, Waluigi Stadium is indoors. I believe
Yes.
that one is a dome. So
Is it an open dome?
that's not a dome.
Honestly, it might. I don't think so.
Domes can have retracting roofs,
That's
You hear,
true.
like, is there a hole in the roof? Is it not rainproof?
like a football stadium, like the Georgia
Wahoo
Dome.
timer.
It can retract.
Yeah, but that's Georgia. We don't really trust what comes out of there.
Or what goes there.
You have bagged milk.
Damn.
Damn.
So, bagged milk is great.
I don't trust it.
It's
You
also
can't
more
refrigerate it
environmentally
again.
friendly. Yes, you can. What?
You open it and you'll leave it for a day and drink it again. Ew.
What do you mean?
That
Ew.
116 was really slick. That was
Okay.
That was really slick.
So,
Nice.
bagged milk is the exact same, first of all. Second of all, you have a
Ain't
bag
got
of
no
milk,
cap.
and you have a holder for the bag of milk. So you put the bag of milk in the holder so it's standing straight up, and then you cut the tip in a corner. So you
Oh,
can
don't
pour
start
it.
the tip.
Yes. So you pour it, and then you put it back in the fridge, and it's fine.
But it's not airtight.
It doesn't have to be.
It should be.
It doesn't have to be.
I feel like there's a bacteria problem here. I'm no doctor, but
You heard it here,
I'm
folks.
pretty sure.
You heard it here first, folks. He's not a doctor. Okay, so you saw some spaghetti there. You also saw a little blue music note pop up, which is if you actually hit the brake and level out when you're going kind of crazy, you can avoid spinning out.
oh,
Yeah, it's the skill check.
Which means every time CJ's wiped out so far was a time he missed his
No,
skill
it
check.
doesn't happen every time.
So
It
you
really-
will hear it either in the tires or in Yoshi's. I forget. I'm not also listening with sound.
It doesn't
Um,
apply to shell collisions or fake item box collisions. It's only the squeaky spinouts you get from
Yes.
bananas and related things.
Yes,
CJ,
exactly.
man, this really is a bag half full situation. I think hitting that one was excellent.
Thank you.
How
Now
about
the
that?
penguin,
Penguin.
that one not so excellent.
Okay.
But he was cute, and I love the penguins. so-
Yeah. Penguin made an appearance in Mario Kart World, and he's great.
The cow is getting all the love right now, but there's a lot of cute monsters in that game.
Yeah. Speaking of
Penguins are
cows,
next.
if you guys want to follow my Blue Sky bot, which posts pictures of the cow,
Oh, this guy. Oh,
you should.
Fucking
I
second
am
place
chilling.
lightning bolt. Fucking stupid.
I'm also putting it in chat.
Also,
It's actually pretty great.
in case you don't know this, CPUs can get lightning bolts, but combination of the fact that they get shells and can't fire them, usually what happens is that their inventories fill up by the end of the race. So you can get hit by a CPU lightning. It's like a 5% chance. And it
And
is
just
not
like that,
fun.
we have a $22.69 donation from Bag Milk is Mid. who
Let's
says,
go.
Brought to you by Carton Gang.
Hey!
Carton gang, Carton gang.
We're saving that fit. We're saving that little lizard.
All right.
I-
I'm gonna guess that was Mike.
Although, if we were being smart, you know, you gotta have some alliteration there. Let's be a crew. The Carton crew.
Versus the bag boys.
The
Yo,
bad
Johan is here?
boys.
Dude, we were
Oh,
talking about that guy.
We were.
We were talking about that guy.
Check out the Super Mario Kart run at GDQ on the 6th.
Super Circuit.
Super Circuit run on the 6th.
Close
Isn't it
enough.
enough that I remembered the fucking day?
Yeah. No, the 6th is when it starts. He
Yeah, I was gonna
runs
say
on
the
Tuesday.
6th isn't even the right day.
You got the right person.
I fucking tried, alright?
But you should start watching on the 6th, and then you'll just be ready.
Yeah. Kit is asking what the next stretch goal is. Also damaged. Wasn't working great before it, but the final nail in the coffin was the roof collapsing. The misting and irrigation system for the lizards. For another $500, we will replace the irrigation system.
Otherwise, they're stinky, and nobody wants that.
So,
All right,
not
so
gonna be
I'm
stinky,
obviously
it'll just be dry.
smart and well educated. But just in case anyone in chat isn't, what's an irrigation system?
you know how you go to like the vegetation or the produce section at the grocery store,
Yes.
and they have the misting?
Yes.
It's like that. It just mists them off.
I see.
It helps them stay moisturized because they get very dry and dusty.
Hmm.
I go to the
Just like
weed
Sonic
aisle.
Water.
All right, you can do that.
Not in Florida.
Not in Florida.
Somebody get them.
Didn't they ban pornography in Florida too?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn, no fun allowed.
It's important to keep your lizards hydrated. Not a lot of people know that.
Living things do in fact need water.
Thank you, Damon. Speaking of which, hydrate or dihydrate, everybody.
Hydrate,
Yeah.
hydrate.
They-
Especially on these
All
warm
right.
summer days.
So this is not good.
Is this a do-over?
this
We
is-
looking at a do-over, folks?
Not quite.
Oh,
Good.
oh, he's clutch.
Star.
I got fucking
That was
bailed
pretty sick.
out.
Skill star.
Just call
yeah,
me
so
third
something-
place star. Go ahead.
Third place star. Something else that they removed from future games, I think it might have still been in Super Circuit, but definitely not in Double Dash and beyond. If you end a race in Grand Prix in 5th place or lower, the game makes you restart that track from the start. You do not keep going like you do in later games. You just restart. So in a speedrun, obviously, you would lose those, 3 minutes.
In Super, you also had limited continue retries.
Yes.
And
Really?
So,
Yeah.
So if you got 5th, it would be like you retry, and then you saw this counter go down from 3 to 2, and you're like, okay, sounds good. And then if you used up all of those, then you had to start over from first track. Yep.
Good times. And that game was like ridiculously hard.
That game is ridiculously
the amount of
hard.
cheating by the CPUs in that game is out of control. They get items that don't exist at will.
Yeah.
And they can just drop poison mushrooms behind them and just randomly get a star without going over an item box. It's
Yep.
it's out
in
of
like
control.
first place, just
yeah,
'cause.
just cause. It is very much the game said put in another quarter, except for you already own the game, and I don't know what they're trying to prove. So, yeah.
Do you remember that video game series Just Cause?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I do.
I always thought it was just cause.
Just 'cause.
Does it
Why'd you
miss any
blow up that
apostrophe?
building? Just cause. Alright, unfortunate. Really nothing you could do there.
I would have personally not hit it, I think.
Hey, listen, I hear you. Alright, I hit Peach with my green shell. So this stage actually sucks. I don't know if you guys can tell. You have these, like, fucking assholes here going side to side, but then you have this turn. This turn, there is nothing you can do. If you try and make that turn, you will wibble wobble and then eat shit in the corner. And by the way, good luck trying to reverse in Mario Kart 64. So
It ain't happening.
yeah, it ain't happening. So that if you told me that was a fucking gold for Bowser, yeah, 4170, yeah. I would honestly believe you.
And out of the good ones. Oh, Mario? Bonus content? Oh.
No, bonus content.
No, we're playing Green Dog.
All right, these
Yeah,
are the
Mario is
last
non-animal.
4.
I think this is the only time DK has it's broken down not as just as capital letters, but with the periods in between in official Mario Kart things. I'm sure it happens every now and again, but I'm trying to think in the context of Mario Kart. I feel like all the other DK tracks, like DK Summit and all those things, is always just big D, big K, and that's it.
I always assumed there was the dots. I never thought about it.
I don't think it is in other Mario Kart tracks.
What about in Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube?
Ooh, question. Real quick, this map on the N64, chugs. This map, this fucking boat is terrible. It's so bad that you can't go in the grass. If you do, you will be hit with coconuts. All right, so that's a trick so you can just get down farther on the path. You don't get stuck in that little weird turnaround thing. Because again, reversing on N64, no bueno.
Also, that boat is not solid, by the way. You can just fly through it. Also, CJ Kit is asking if she has permission to set up a stretch goal tracker.
Sure. Alright. I don't want this red shell to hit me. Okay, it went by me. Again,
That was
proving
mighty close.
again
There was a
proving
chance.
that red shell tracking in this game, because it's ground-based, sucks.
Was that the red shell that just flew over the jump?
Yep.
Did I see that right? Okay.
Yes,
good.
you did.
We
I
have
think you're
$50.
playing pretty well.
We have $50 from B Dragon 28 that says "Towards the Mister," and they put in a Sable D1 Mort Pog emote alongside that. Thank you so much, Dragon. We appreciate your immense generosity over the course of this event.
Oh. Is that on the tracker? It doesn't look like it came through on the tracker.
Nice blue note. The pig. The hog.
The hog.
The
I'm
hog.
looking at the donation queue. That's what I'm.
All right, she's fixing it. Cool. Thank you so much. There is a way to manually fix it. Oh, I see what happened. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, that's the emote. Love that emote. It's so good.
Hey man, did you happen to catch Quill's run earlier?
I was not home. Was it good?
I figured you were
Actually
not.
good.
Nice.
Not actually like it was not going to be good, but actually as in they bullied me.
insane.
They bullied me into taking Chameleon Twist, and it was actually worth it.
Nice. Cool.
They somehow imported the model for Mort to be a playable character.
That is.
It was so
awesome.
sick.
Okay.
And they
well,
made
I'll
his
check that
tongue
one out.
fucking blue.
I'll check.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. I will check that out tomorrow.
I didn't even know you could do something like that. And then, of course, you know, Quill kills it because Quill is super level.
Yes. I will tell you this, and I think Quill's here right now. I'm not taking Chameleon Twist at STAT.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not.
It's mandatory.
Submit
at this
something
point.
else.
It's
Yeah,
Chameleon
submit
Twist-a-thon.
like a
What-
different
and I'm
game.
here
Like
for it.
Chameleon Twist 2.
Yeah, I'll take Chameleon Twist too. What's Tin and Kumna? What was that game? I wanted that one. Julie, no. All caps
I'm
is not how you
assisting,
get.
I'm assisting.
Is not how you get
I'm
what you
twisting,
want.
I'm assisting.
I know you didn't even submit it, and you still got it in. Chameleon Twist.
The people demanded.
So this track, because it has so many different paths, there is no cart. The item tracking on this is really weird. So I've gotten like stars in like second place, first place, technically before. And that's also why you're hidden there. As a kid, it never occurred to me. They probably could have done it. They just decided not to.
They can definitely do it. So if you change the view thing to the square one, you can actually see where everyone is. I think they just hit it for fun, because then people would know that what the best path is all the time.
Yeah, I think it's kind of clever to. make
Always
people
go to the
scramble.
left. It is the that is the path. Also blocked, literally blocked by something that will make you spin out and die. This is the hardest track in the game.
Yes.
I'm going to concentrate so I don't fucking choke this out.
Alright, the reason this track sucks is sort of twofold. First of all, because the game is a bit dated. Controls are not as smooth as, you know, anything that came out after it. Also, a lot of very narrow paths, a lot of very, not fences that lead to death. Also, the bats just like push you back a billion times, which is great. Yeah, good times on this course.
One down.
He's gaming.
Why do you think they designed the bat wall? That just seems like a silly idea.
Oh, 'cause
Yeah.
it's funny
You know what?
To
I
who?
respect it.
to everyone. You think it's not funny to have a wall of vets push you into a pit inside a haunted house? That's hilarious.
Yeah, that turn especially in the house. You do like a full 180 and then need to very sharply turn left again. Good times, good times.
Oh.
Okay,
I
I was
thought you
like,
were gonna clip through the fence
Yeah.
there. That would have been amazing.
I was gonna say.
Yo, shout out to my man Dossie for being the first guy to do the fence clip on Calamari. He's a dad now. He doesn't even play
Oh.
games.
I think Bowser just died.
Yeah, Bowser
Rip
gone.
Bowser.
That 39-second lap was fucking crazy.
He's
Ooh, a 39
insane.
flat. So long, Gay Bowser. Happy Pride, everybody.
All right, Rainbow Road.
Time to clutch it out.
Yeah. See if this is a PB.
Yeah, so this track is like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's really great how they did that.
Yeah, I like this because it kind of feels like the ultimate payoff, you know? Like, it feels like a long track that, like, you know, there could be, if you're playing with real people, there could be a lot of back and forth. You have a lot of time to make up ground, you know?
Yeah, but
Bowser's
there's no
fucking
way to
gone.
catch up. Yeah. Oh, he's not even in 5th or 4th.
He
rather.
fell off the track.
But yeah, there's like no way to catch up to someone if they're driving well, though. Like, there's no shortcuts, there's no
Yeah.
off-road skips with mushrooms. It's just like, you better hope you get shells and you aim.
Yeah, so, fun fact, there is very little you can do to catch up. You can have stars, which basically make you drive perfectly. You can't spin out. You ignore all negative terrain and whatever. And you go as fast as you possibly can the whole time, right? So, those can help you catch up. But green shells suck. They're better than red shells because the red shell tracking in this game is more likely to hit a wall than a player.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah, I know 10 times I see it hit the wall.
And blue shells are ground targeting based, which means that if they hit a wall, they will just die. So it has to go forward and land, or be, I'm trying not to fly off the edge. Okay. It has to go forward enough to lock on, and then it targets like the middle of the course. Yeah. So a blue shell in Mario Kart 64 can just like hit the wall. It wasn't until like Double Dash where they made them fly.
Yeah, they weren't super powerful, but they did have the side effect in 64 of being able to hit people on the road if you weren't like getting out of the way.
Yes.
It would, on the way to its final target, which of course gets removed as soon as they make them airborne.
That is true. So I think the new Mario Kart World has, you can still get bodied by the blue shell. Like, it can hit you on the way.
I think in 8, it also did that, so it was traveling on the ground until it got close to first place, and then it went in the air.
Yeah, so the other thing
Yeah,
is,
because they give you the alert to get out
Yep.
of the way.
Double Dash had the fun blue shell dodges, which
Yes.
I hate.
Double Dash has the fun everything because it's the best Mario Kart.
I hate that.
It is the best Mario Kart. Yes.
I hate
thank
that
you.
speed run. It kills me inside to do it. But the blue shell dodges, there is very little in Mario Kart speedrunning that will make you feel like a fucking boss. Like doing the Double Dash blue shell dodge, like in an actual run to like save your ass.
Oof.
CJ doesn't like my Double Dash team.
Who's your Double
What's your
Dash team
team?
again?
Diddy and Junior.
Oh, that's mine too.
That's hella cancer. We did it one year, right? Where we had the poll, see what characters I would pick, and they picked fucking Diddy and Junior.
Yeah, it's the fill the course with shit team. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
It's so good.
Let's be real. Everybody would have the baby Mario Luigi's, but you're never gonna get Chain Chomp because you're just so sick at the game. You know.
Yeah, plus that sucks, and when it breaks the chain, you just get dumped with whatever
Oh, yeah.
leftover speed there is and whatever direction you were getting pulled. which
You're going
almost
into
is
the grass.
always going off terrain or into the soup. So let's try not to get hit by this shell that I just threw.
Oh. Well, guys, as we're finishing up on Rainbow Road, this kind of flew past. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Double Dash is the least fun Mario Kart game. I could see how you could have that opinion if you're garbage at video games.
Oh, oh.
I gotta tell you, fuck the dogs, man. Fuck these damn chain chomps.
You're gonna talk negatively about chain chomps during speed dogs?
I
messed
love
up.
the dogs, man.
That's not okay, man.
Pet the dog one more time.
How's the timer looking?
Pet the dog. who
Time's
cares?
coming up.
43, somewhere or another.
Time's coming up when I pass Rainbow Road for the last time. And Luigi, don't you dare time. Woo. This is a PB for me. So let's see. This is a 43:28.
Ooh. Nice.
There you go.
GG.
GG.
PB. I did put in a lot of work for this for y'all, so I hope that y'all had fun. It is a pleasure to be able to raise money for a good friend like Sable. If you have not, and you are thinking about it, you're on the fence about it, or maybe you think, hey, SStat's like in 2 months and I want to donate to that, I totally understand. I will tell you that there is a very few select people who are, I would credit as being responsible or really helped hone that vibe that we have for our events, that coziness, that comfort, that community that we have been able to grow over the years. And Sable is definitely one of those people. And so her runs and her personality and her energy have touched so many people. She has done so many runs. I'm thankful that she has done them for Speed Docs, helped us raise money for Save the Children, as well as a bunch of other organizations, as well as a bunch of other individuals. So if you like what we do here, if you like SStat, if you like the things that we have done, like I said, there are a handful of people here who have helped really make that feeling of what that is, what it means to be SStat, what it means to be a Speed Dogs event, and she's one of them. We couldn't have done it without her, so please consider it. It would really mean a lot to me, so.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you again, CJ, for a great run. Thank you, everyone who donated during the run. And we look forward to having CJ back here in just a moment, along with Cece, for the final run of the day. We got West Dog coming up, playing Super Mario 64. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.